Special thank you to LS11 channel members. Join the channel today for early access, bonus content, and more. Yeah! Hey LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. We're back here for another episode of Monday Night Raw on the road to Survivor Series. There's been a small change to the LS11 schedule. Survivor Series will now air next weekend. It will air next weekend on February the 22nd, that Sunday, instead of the following week on March 1st. This was a executive decision. As we kick things off with John Cena making his way to the ring. Last week on Bullet Club Raw, last week, the week after Bullet Club Raw, Bullet Club's leader Jay White was here to question John Cena for why he backed out when he was given a direct order from Bullet Club, who had been calling the shots for the greatest of all time. Cena, in response, finally said he doesn't give a damn what Switchblade says, he doesn't give a damn what Bullet Club thinks, and he dropped Johnny Gargano, Buddy Murphy, and Jay White with attitude adjustments. And then at the end of AEW Dynamite last week, John Cena made a shock appearance, dropping Doc Gallows with an attitude adjustment, costing the Good Brothers the AEW Tag Team titles. So, let's hear what the greatest of all time has to say. Well, about 6 months ago, maybe longer, I snapped. It was a night nobody thought would ever come, and it is a night that will live on in infamy in professional wrestling for generations. The night John Cena turned heel. The night John Cena turned his back on everybody. And I did that because this is it. We are in the final 4 months. We are almost at the end of this whole 25-year journey we've been on together. And the pressure finally got to me. And Bullet Club and Jay White saw that. Bullet Club and Jay White understood that. They figured out how to get inside my head when no one else had been able to throughout my career like this. They preyed. They preyed on my insecurity. They preyed on my mentality. They preyed on my weakness. Call it what it is. They manipulated me. And finally, last week, I had enough. Because that's not who I am. That is not who John Cena is. When I'm gone in 4 months, when I'm gone, that's not how I want you all to remember me. When I'm gone, I want you to remember the good times. I want you to remember beating the villains, beating the greatest adversaries this company has ever put in front of me. I want you all to remember CM Punk in 2011, Edge in 2006, Randy Orton in 2009, Nexus 2010, the late great Bray Wyatt, so many more. I don't want to tarnish my legacy and what I built with all of you because I let other people get inside of my head, convince me this dark path I finally let myself walk down was the right one. At SummerSlam, I did the thing I've been preaching never to do for most of my life. Never give up. Never give up. And I gave up. I tapped out. Austin Theory was the better man that night. Austin Theory was the rightful champion on that night. And I conceded that. The never seen 19 is never gonna happen. I think I've accepted that now. I set my record with 18. And I will be here the day someone hits 19 because I want to shake their hand. Whether that's Randy, Roman, Seth, Mox, Punk, or one of these young up-and-comers. Men that I know are going to be multi-time world champions one day, like Obafemi, Javon Evans, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Braun Steiner, countless others. Future's never looked brighter in this company. My path ahead has never been darker. Because now I have brought myself into a 28-on-1 fight, haven't I? Oh boy. Here we go. Here they are. The LS11 Grand Champion, Secret No More, Buddy Murphy. And of course, his ever-present enforcer, the tallest of Tongas, Hikuleo. Murphy and Hikuleo making their way down to the ring. Alright, John, I think I speak for all of us when I say we've had enough of your raw speech out here. So, me and Hikuleo have come out here to shut you up for good. Have you now? Soon as I'm done being your puppets when you decide you're gonna draw the line, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we have. We've decided we're done. You want to try and throw away all the good things we've given you for Bullet Club? Well, so be it. We're gonna take you down, John. Yeah. You're gonna have to bring the entire Bullet Club army. Because you have made a very powerful enemy. Yeah? I'll tell you what. You're gonna need some hella backup if you're gonna go head-to-head with us. Hella backup, huh? Well, I think I know a guy. I think the LS11 universe knows a guy. So I'll ask the fans here tonight. What do you all think? Do you want me to do what it's gonna take to have a guy, to have backup, to mop the floor with Ginger Snap and the giant beanstalk he carries around with him? To stroke his little beanstalk? Because I gotta tell you, I'm coming for the Bullet Club one by one. One by one, you're all gonna lose all of those titles. But first, things are gonna start with me and you, Mr. Switchblade says. Because I think what the people want to see at Survivor Series is Buddy Murphy and Hikuleu, don't you dare say it, against John Cena, I'm warning you, John, and Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I'm a man who normally has a lot of words, John. I've just got two for you tonight. Challenge accepted. Whoa, wait a minute. Standing ovation, Hikuleu. Hey, to Buddy Murphy. And John Cena and Joe Hendry making a statement tonight. Well, folks, that is a huge match added to Survivor Series here tonight as we go into our first matchup of the night. As here is Juggernaut Jordynne Grace making her way down to the ring. The Women's World Champion. Big tag team match tonight on the road to War Games. The Juggernaut makes her way to the ring, teaming up with the one woman. The one woman that has agreed to side with her inside War Games so far. Miss Money in the Bank. Lola Vice making her way down to the ring. Lola Vice agreed last week she would help Jordynne Grace because she wants revenge on Nikki Bella. And Jordynne Grace said, you better not bring that briefcase into War Games and try and screw me over. So, Jordynne and Lola teaming up tonight. And now their opponents first. WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella. Making her way down to the ring. Nikki Bella and Kiana James as three partners inside War Games. And her tag team partner, the Women's United States Champion, Bullet Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley, making her way down to the ring. She won the Women's U.S. title back at SummerSlam. He carries the championship down to the ring. She and Jordynne Grace have been locked in this just eternal battle for over a year at this point almost. So let's do this. The unlikely duo of Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley teaming up against Jordynne Grace and Lola Vice. Here we go. Do just want to take a moment as we're in the early, we're early in the show. We're at the earliest point in the show where I'm talking regularly. I just want to thank everyone for the support that we got on that channel post yesterday. That I got on that channel post yesterday. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I can't talk to you about it yet. As much as I would love to just say it all and get it all out there right now, rip the band-aid off and just say what needs to be said about what's going on, be an open book for all of you. Right now I can't, out of respect for a lot of people I really care about. But I promise you, as soon as I am able to share what's going on, I will. And I just want to thank you all for your patience and your understanding and the fact that I know none of you were expecting an episode today, but I had the urge to make one because it felt right. As Lola Vice and Rhea Ripley get tagged into the matchup here, and Lola Vice comes in with that big kick there. Hold her now and kick to the leg there. Rhea Ripley on her back here. Rhea Ripley has her for, went for German suplex. Lola Vice countering. Vice now throws Rhea off the ropes here. Lola Vice hits her with the power slam. Back up now, forearm into the head there, taking her down. Vice now kicking her down here, and Lola has Rhea now. Lola Vice into kicking the back. Rhea Ripley goes down. You can see Jordynne Grace catching her breath on the outside here. Vice now waiting for her to get back up on the apron now. Lola back up on the apron. Lola Vice went forward. Lola Vice hook. Rhea Ripley countering. Rhea Ripley. Oh, leveling Jordynne Grace as well. And now Rhea connecting to Lola here. Lola Vice grabs Oliver now. Lola Vice has Rhea Ripley by the back of the head, taking her towards the corner now. Lola's got Rhea in the corner now. Lola Vice has Rhea Ripley. Lifts her up and bounces her off the ropes. The cover now. Lola Vice cover. Kick out from Rhea. Got a hold of her now. And Lola Vice with Rhea off the ropes. Goes for clothesline. Takes her down. Getting picked back up to her feet now. Rhea Ripley. This Money in the Bank. Swings her around. Rhea Ripley knows how dangerous that women's Money in the Bank briefcase can be. She's been cashed in on it before by Bayley. Back in Season 2 of Let's 11 Universe all those years ago. Crazy to think that Season 2 was 5 years ago at this point. Feels so much more recent. Bella tagged in now, and Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley off the ropes for double hip toss, taking her down. Nikki Bella grabbing Lola Vice and throwing her former tag partner back into the ring now, and Nikki onto the leg here. Nikki Bella kicking her in the head, and again. The legs now of Lola Vice. Lola Vice back to her feet. Lola with that big kick in the head there. Tagging in the Women's World Champ. Juggernaut is in. Grace now grabs a hold of her, getting her back up to her feet. Jordynne Grace has Rhea Ripley up, and Jordynne Grace spiking her down. Wait a minute. Big Monroe and Kiana James getting involved here. Bella back up to her feet here, and Nikki Bella with fearless forearm connecting to Jordynne Grace. Nikki Bella, no way this is about to happen. As the Women's World Champion on her shoulder here, Nikki Bella. Jordynne Grace now, center of the ring. Nikki with rack attack. Into a cover. One, saved by Lola Vice. Throwing the kicks here. Jordynne Grace rolls out of the ring, and Nikki Bella mocking her here. Nikki Bella. Get back into the ring now. Jordynne Grace. And kick in the midsection. Jordynne with Juggernaut driver Into the cover. 1, 2. No! I thought she had her beat there, did Jordynne Grace, but Nikki Bella got the shoulders up. Jordynne Grace now with Nikki off the ropes. Jordynne Grace pops her in the back, grabs Nikki, moves her up on the shoulders now, and Jordynne goes for her. Nikki got Grace now with Nikki Bella. Has her up, and jackhammer takes her down. Tag is made. Lola Vice is in now, and right into the head, kicking Nikki Bella down. Vice now grabbing Nikki Bella. Vice now stalking her, and hits her with the axe kick into the back. Do a cover now. Ref, where were you this whole time? Rhea Ripley making the save now, and Rhea. Oh no, Rhea using the 5 count to her advantage, hitting the riptide. Rhea Ripley getting out of the ring here as Rhea goes back around ringside here. Nikki Bella staggering back to her feet into the cover off riptide. Jordynne Grace making the save. Bella now. Lola Vice back to her feet now. And Lola Vice, oh, hits her with the back fist. Lola Vice conjures her off that spinning back fist. 1, 2, 3. There may just be hope yet for Jordynne Grace and whoever else decides to join her in this battle. Jordynne Grace and Lola Vice picking up the win tonight. So just like that, Lola Vice and Jordynne Grace picking up the win. Oh, but Kiana James going after Jordynne. But wait a minute. Solruka. Jordynne Grace seemingly finding another partner to back her up against Kiana's team. Look, I know I'm not Switchblade by any means, but I mean, think about it. You're a pretty reasonable guy. I think I've made a pretty reasonable case. And with you as the interim Raw GM, I mean, what better way to stick it to the previous GM than to make it your own? You know, Johnny, you and I have definitely had our differences in the past. Yeah, you skull-crushing finale with my wife, and I beat you up for it. Right, bygones and all of that. You've always forgiven me. I really haven't. But you know what? Bullet Club has made me some pretty good offers in the week that I have been in this role as the interim GM. I'll tell you what. I think the request you've made tonight is very reasonable. So I'm going to approve it. Congrats. I'm going to go tell the others the good news. Well, you can only worry about Johnny Gargano, new Johnny Gargano scheming like that. As we go into our next matchup of the night here, folks, as the man that challenges Oba Femi next weekend at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship makes his way to the ring. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champ in LS11 history, Seth Rollins, making his way down to the ring. Rollins ready for action here this evening. Big matchup for him as he prepares for Lethal Lottery Round 2, which, barring anything happening, should come out this weekend with KJ Elliott and the Doctor on commentary. We will see what happens, though. If there's a delay in that, obviously just please be patient, as it's pretty, established, even if I've not talked much about it, that things are a little weird production-wise right now. Like I said, I'm hopeful I will be able to talk about it soon. Eating me alive not to be able to. As tonight, Rollins finds himself going one-on-one with the national treasure, Nick Aldis, making his way to the ring. Nick Aldis, who we just saw competing in Lethal Lottery a couple nights ago. So, here we go. Aldis grabs Seth Rollins, scooping him up, and Nick Aldis spiking him downward. Going into a jawbreaker now, and Seth and Aldis now locking up here, and Seth Rollins. Lock here on Nick Aldis now, and Nick Aldis right back here. Seth Rollins better here. Nick Aldis now scoops him up, and back body drop. Like now is Nick Aldis here. Nick Aldis. Rollins get back up to his feet, goes right hook. Seth Rollins countering now, and Rollins knocking back Aldis. Two world-class level athletes going at it here. Aldis now sends him off the ropes, pops up, and down goes Seth Rollins. Aldis goes up to the middle rope here. Nick Aldis goes for the splash. Rollins out of the way now, and Seth Rollins kicking him down. Back, and again now, Seth Rollins with Aldis back up to his feet now. Nick Aldis chopped back now. Seth Rollins super kick in the midsection here, and Seth Rollins caught here. Nick Aldis pulls him in, and Aldis scooping him up. Nick Aldis with Rollins for stun gun in the ropes, taking him down. Aldis goes for the knee strike. Rollins getting out of the way. Seth Rollins kicks him in the midsection now. Nick Aldis grabs Rollins, takes him down into a cover now. Nick Aldis now for the one. Rollins countering it now. Seth Rollins. 1, 2, no. Countered. 1, 2, no. Ahead there does Nick. Nick Aldis pulling him in here. Nick Aldis into swinging neckbreaker, taking down Rollins. Rollins is down on his side here on the ground. Let's taking that turnbuckle pad off, and Nick Aldis going to get back up here. Nick Aldis has Seth Rollins, and tombstone pile driver to the Visionary into a cover, and Nick, you might have set yourself up for that one as Rollins kicks out while the referee's got her back turned. Now Nick Aldis coming in. Rollins taking the midsection here. Seth Rollins into pedigree. The leg now in a cover here. Seth Rollins with Nick Aldis down for the 1, 2, no. Seth Rollins picking him back up to his feet here. Seth Rollins. Back Aldis now, and Rollins. Here we go. Hits the ropes and curb stomp. Taking down Aldis into a cover. Hooks the leg for the 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins. That is his first singles victory in some time. Rollins, like I said, probably the best Intercontinental champ we ever had in LS11 universe. Rollins picking up the win. So, Rollins picks up the win tonight over Nick Aldis. I do apologize. It's a shorter card tonight on Raw. We got 2 matches left for you. 4 big matches here tonight on Raw. But we're going to move on to our next one. These kind of shorter shows for a little while. Nathan's not here tonight. He's recovering from what happened at the end of the night on Saturday at Ring of Honor. However, I've got my own business to attend to outside of our tag team run anyways. Omar Sakano, you've been ducking me left and right for going on 6 months now. You've been finding every opportunity to avoid facing me one-on-one like a man. You stick more and more clowns in masks and form your little faction, holding the Latin American Championship hostage. Disgracing it at every turn. And I will not stop until I have taken that championship away from you. I'm going to come after you. I'm going to take that championship. And more importantly, I'm going to rip that mask off so you will no longer disgrace the art of Lucha Libre and the sanctity of the mask. All right, folks, up next, we've got some women's action coming up. As here is Wren Sinclair of the newly formed Rendell duo, making her way to the ring. This past week on NXT, we saw Kendall Gray walking down to the ring with Wren Sinclair. We saw Kendall Gray pull off a huge upset when she tapped out a former world champion in Tiffany Stratton. So now tonight, Wren Sinclair gets a chance to do something similar as she takes on the other half of the women's tag champs. Oh, all of her Trons got overwritten. That's cool. That's where all these fucking noises are coming from. As nonetheless, here comes the Glamour Blake Monroe to the ring. Blake Monroe, and notably absent is her tag partner Tiffany Stratton here tonight. But nonetheless, Blake Monroe makes her way down to the ring. Rowe and Sinclair going one-on-one. Here we go. Wait a minute. Catching her there with a big kick there, and Blake Monroe goes for the kick. Big drop kick. Second time we're seeing Blake Monroe tonight. Saw her in the corner of Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley earlier tonight. She can be part of Team Kiana at War Games next weekend inside the War Games match. Claire has Blake Monroe now, and Wren Sinclair shoving her down. Pops up into a Hurricane Rana. Goes Blake. Wren Sinclair telling her to get back up here. Blake Monroe getting back to her feet here. Sinclair goes for the drop kick. Blake Monroe. Across the ring into the corner now. Big kick in the head, taking her down. Monroe now getting her back up to her feet here. Blake Monroe chopping away. Breaks down. Blake Monroe grabs Oliver. Wren off the ropes now. Ducks her. And they collide there as now Wren Sinclair with the leaping clothesline. Sinclair's got her down now, and Wren Sinclair. Grabbing a head scissor here. Wren Sinclair. So submission locked in on Blake Monroe. Back over now. Blake Monroe back to her feet. Blake Monroe. Kicks her in the midsection. Double underhook. Going for her. Gets caught. Wren Sinclair. Clothesline taking her down. Go over now and do. Oh, wait a minute. Submission here from Wren. Rolling her over with a kick there. Now Wren Sinclair. Big axe kick into the back of Blake Monroe. Monroe is down now. Blake Monroe covered. 1, 2. Kick out from Blake. Much like what Kendall was doing to Tiffany last week on NXT, Wren has just been staying on top of Blake Monroe. Blake's not had much of a chance to actually get going in this one. Back of the head now, Blake Monroe. Sinclair back to her feet here, and now scoops her up, taking her down. Blake into the corner goes Wren. Big knee strike there. Blake Monroe. We're down here. Blake Monroe going under the top rope. Wren Sinclair goes out of the ring, and Blake Monroe. I might not stop her here because Blake Monroe dives with an elbow drop to the outside. Back up to her feet here. Blake Monroe to the apron there. Picking her back up to her feet now. Blake Monroe. Back up to her feet now. And Blake gives her in. Rolls her through. Big knee off the jaw of Wren Sinclair. And Blake Monroe now. Her back up to her feet. Pulls her in. Goes for her. No. Countered. Taken down by Wren. Sinclair now grabs Oliver. Wren Sinclair. Kick. Blake Monroe swings her around here. Blake Monroe into Glamour is forever. Cover for the 1, 2, 3. Just like that, even without Tiffany Stratton by her side, she manages to get the win. Monroe picks up the win. Our main event, Jon Moxley and Penta, is coming up next here on Raw. Right. Now where the hell were you? When I was out there getting my ass beat by John Cena. I was dealing with important Bullet Club Gold business. Bastard, I am part of Bullet Club Gold. You've got to disclose these things to me. Where were the Tongans? Where was Rhea? Rhea was warming up for her match, and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa were with me. They're my backup! You're not the only Bullet Club Gold member on Raw anymore, buddy. Keep that in mind. What the hell did I do to you? Nothing. I just really like pissing you off. All right, folks, it is time for the main event of Raw, as here is Penta making his way to the ring. Penta El Zero Miedo, multi-time tag team champion, is here. Penta. Ready for action here tonight as he's going head-to-head with the man that's going to be at Survivor Series, facing off with Austin Theory for the WWE Championship. The Death Rider himself. Jon Moxley making his way down to the ring. Mox making his way down to the ring. Do this, Mox and Penta going one-on-one. Here we go. Mox coming out of the gate with a big jab there to Penta. Penta chops him back. Moxley turning back, and Mox and Penta wasting no time getting into it here. Back and forths between the two. Penta now knocking him back here. Moxley and Penta coming out of the gate swinging are these two, trying to hurt each other early on. And now Mox and Penta, here we go. The fists are flying here on Raw. And now Jon Moxley now gets caught with a hip toss. Penta knocking him down into a cover here. Penta, one, kick out from Moxley. Back up here, now Penta. By the head now is Moxley, now Penta. Jon Moxley here, Penta. Like around the waist now as Mox again here, and Penta with Moxley. Penta. Oh, Moxley swinging back around here, Jon Moxley. Over the shoulder now into his chin lock here. Penta's got Mox now, and Jon Moxley. There's a double leg scissor now around the head. Head in the neck now. Penta. They're taking him down here, and Penta. Kick down now, Penta. Caught here, Moxley going onto the shoulder now. Penta going down there from Moxley. Jon Moxley now getting him back up to his feet, and Moxley. The kick, Penta swings him around. Penta with a massive super kick flooring him. Mox is down here, Penta. Picking him back up to his feet now, and Penta. Into the corner here, grabs a hold of him here, and Penta looking for Mexican Destroyer. Taking down Moxley. Penta's got him down now, cover for the 1, 2, no. Penta standing over him here, Penta taking off one of his gloves. They're going to finish the job here, Penta. Grab Moxley now, and Jon Moxley into a big knee strike there, taking him down. Mox now going down for ground and pound on Penta. Penta goes down now. Moxley taking him back up now. Jon Moxley. Played there. Penta's got him now. Penta. Here we go. Springboard. Goes for the swanton. Mox out of the way now, and Jon Moxley into paradigm shift. Into the cover, and Mox for the 1, 2, 3. Just like that, Jon Moxley picking up the win. Mox making fairly quick work of Penta tonight as well. Oh my God, I'm on the entryway. There's Tama Tonga and Tonga Lola of Bullet Club. Just taking down Austin Theory, going into the WWE Champion. Sending a message here, it seems, but what the hell is Bullet Club doing out here with Theory? This is Moxley's business. And Mox staring up on this, but wait, look out, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano taking a chair to Moxley. The Soulless One warping that chair across the back, and Gargano with sweet chin music. Good news, John and Austin, whenever you both wake up. Thanks to a great conversation with Cleveland's second favorite son and the interim GM of Raw, The Miz, your matchup at Survivor Series just became a triple threat. Bullet Club promised we were coming for every world title in the LS11 universe. And seeing his buddy couldn't get the job done in his home country, then I guess it's up to me to bring the WWE title back. At least one of us can do it. A bombshell to end the night, folks. Johnny Gargano joins the WWE title match next weekend at Survivor Series. Thank you all for watching this week's Raw. I will try to be back for NXT tomorrow. I will admit this show is 48 minutes long, and it took me damn near 5 hours to push myself through it. So we'll see if I'm back tomorrow. I hopefully will be. Until next time, everybody, I've been Xander, and that was Universe. And, as we end the night, for those that are sticking around for a minute, just know it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not push yourself. I know that I am a working machine and I'm a content machine, but I don't recommend what I do to anybody. If you need to take time to yourself, you take time to yourself. You're going through things, you go through them how you need to. Just remember, there's always people out there that love you and care about you through your hard times. Until next time, I've been Xander. That was Universe. Special thank you to $10 and above Patreon backers JJ Gyllenhaal, Tech Nizzle, Harry Willetts, and Jeremy Butt. Patreon is the best way to support the channel directly, and with it you get access to content from every channel in the LS11 umbrella. Click the link on screen to check out the Patreon now. Yeah.